It's me. I'm a Kyiv resident, but I became Kyiv resident 12 years ago because I'm refugee from Donetsk, which is in eastern part of Ukraine, and now I decided to stream for my friends, non-friends, yes, not friends, because of I expect a lot of trolls, Russian, pro-Russian or Russian trolls, and sometimes they help me to debunk Russian propaganda, because of they send some messages with some rubbish, and they cannot explain. And please join my channel, and let's together debunk Russian propaganda. Well, and now we are on Mikhailivska Square in Kyiv. It is 4:05 in Kyiv, and all over Ukraine, because of Ukraine has unified time zone, and everywhere in Ukraine is the same time. And please don't forget to strike like button, because of according to algorithms of YouTube, the more likes, the more subscribers, the more viewers have ability to watch my stream. And I wanna show you how we live here in these harsh times. And please, if you have opportunity, you can also support my channel. Well, I'm waiting for more viewers here on my stream. For those who is going to watch my stream later when I will upload it on YouTube, today Thursday, 4 p.m. and now I'm on Mikhailivska Square in central part of Kyiv. And on Mikhailivska Square, that name is due to Mikhailivsky Monastery and Church, is also open air exhibition of Russian destroyed vehicles, destroyed during the first stage of Russian invasion. And war for me and for millions of Ukrainians started not 4 years ago. For just several days ago, in February 24th, we marked the 4th anniversary of full-scale Russian invasion. Full-scale. I'm just stressing that it was full-scale invasion because of Russia invaded Ukraine 12 years ago in 2014. And thank you for your likes. I can see just one like. If it is not difficult to you, I'm sure it is not difficult. Please strike a like button and help me to promote my stream. It is very essential for me as a aspiring streamer. Слава Україні, героям слава. Thank you guys. Thank you, and feel free ask me questions about modern life in Kyiv and about history of Kyiv and Ukraine. Ukraine is a huge country, the biggest country in Europe. It covers 603,000 square kilometers, but in spite of huge dimensions of Ukraine, it is a relatively small country in comparison to Russia, and Russia is 28 times bigger than Russia. Well, guys, for those who's new on my stream, on my channel, hello from Kyiv. Kyiv is the capital of fighting country, and a lot of people ask me just this crazy question: is there still war in Ukraine? My answer, guys, nowadays war in its full swing, and hello from Canada, hello from Kyiv, from Ukraine, and Ukraine is fighting against of medieval huge nuclear monster Russia, and Russia cannot sanely explain what for they invaded Ukraine, because of Russia is a huge country with practically unlimited number of natural resources and forests and lakes and everything that's needed for happy and thriving life. But instead of improving their country, they decided to destroy their neighbor. And well, guys, I don't know what to do. Because for war for me began 12 years ago, and to say true, I'm exhausted of this war. But neither me nor most Ukrainians are going to surrender, because of Putin gives us no choice. He's going to kill all of us. It is not exaggeration. So nowadays I try to conduct tours around areas that were under Russian occupation 4 years ago, or to be more precise, in February and March of 2022. And during my tours, we debunk Russian propaganda. And Russian propaganda told that events in Bucha were staged by Hollywood. Obviously, it is nonsense. And the main problem, hello from Kyiv, the main problem for me, for my business, is the absence of visitors of Ukraine. I understand people why they they afraid to visit Ukraine, because Ukraine is not the safest place in the world, and some of my tourists visit Ukraine secretly from their parents, their neighbors and relatives, because of their people try to talk them out of their visiting of Ukraine. But that's why I conduct tours very, very seldom. If you want to visit Ukraine, I'm ready to give you tours around Kyiv, historical tours, and also we can immerse in our present life, visiting cities and villages that were under occupation in February and March of 2022. Thank you, guys. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your subscription. And also, if you have opportunity to support my channel, please do it. You know how to do it. So you can easily find reference to my donation platform, Buy Me Coffee. But if you have not opportunity to do it, it is okay. It is okay. Just strike like button. And for those who is new on my channel, my name is Sergey Uzlov. I'm Kyiv resident for nearly 12 years already, and originally I'm from eastern part of Ukraine, from Donetsk to be more precise, and I'm 100% peaceful person, and due to my age I am not able to join the Ukrainian army, and I try to bring our victory closer by any ways I can. And that's why I conduct my tours for people who interested in events in Ukraine, but have not guts to visit war-torn country. And by the way, just 2 nights ago we suffered not one of the most massive attack on territory of Ukraine, and they targeted Kyiv, Kyiv district, Житомир, Ivano-Frankivsk, Lviv, Vinnytsia, and 2 nights ago they launched nearly 1,000 drones, and 35, if I'm not mistaken, about maybe 35, maybe a bit, give or take 35 ballistic, guided and supersonic missiles. And in front of us is Mikhailivsky monastery, and name of this square is Mikhailivska also. And on this square is open air exhibition of different kinds of Russian vehicles, and not only Russian vehicles. Also, literally yesterday they brought this destroyed ambulance, so Russians without hesitation attack and destroy our infrastructure, our civilian cars, and this is not military vehicle. It is ambulance for wounded soldiers. I don't know the history of this ambulance. Maybe it was just for evacuating wounded and ill people from occupied territories. There is not information. It is fresh exhibits. And as you can see, it was hit, I suppose, by drone. It is Mercedes Sprinter ambulance. It's something in German. Driver's cabin was burned till ashes. Temperature is nice today. It is slight winter, slight wind, sorry, slip of the sun, and temperature is around 15. It is just very beginning of spring here in Kyiv and in Ukraine, and I recollect last winter with some kinds of tremble, because of last winter was the coldest winter I remember. And maybe you interested in these Russian vehicles that were destroyed during the first stage of Russian invasion. This is a command and staff vehicle, Kushetka. It is not, in this case, it is not a personnel carrier, because the base of this vehicle is personnel carrier, but in this variant it is a command and staff vehicle. Let's people inside. It was burned. It was equipped with electronics, I mean some jamming equipment with some radio station and other. Its crew was 3 soldiers, maybe 3 officers. And this one is a howitzer, floating howitzer. You can see its shape. It's able to cross rivers and lakes without bridges. Its caliber is 122 millimeters. And next howitzer, this also howitzer, not tank. It has caliber 152 millimeters. It is heavy thing, heavy vehicle. Its weight is 45 tons or so, and in front of me is infantry fighting vehicles BMP-2. It is quite outdated vehicle, and during the first clashes between Russian invaders and Ukrainians, we used nearly the same, or maybe the same military equipment, because of before Russian invasion, and to be more precise, before collapse of Soviet Union in 1991, we were parts of the same country, Soviet Union, and we used not similar but the same equipment. And nowadays this Soviet Union designed military vehicles were replaced by German, American, British vehicles, more sophisticated. So nowadays we nearly don't use vehicles like this. But Russia had, I don't know about now, but they had dozens of thousands of these outdated vehicles. And when they invaded Ukraine, when full-scale invasions occurred in February of 2022, drones practically were not used. But nowadays, drones on front line, they destroy any armored vehicles. So armor is not obstacle for our drones, and they use armored vehicles with cautious, and they try to avoid using. Maybe they have already finished. Maybe it depends on several factors, and the main factor is using drones, FPV, first view drones. Well, and I wanna share. I could not help share you with the news. Yesterday, Ukraine celebrated a professional holiday of our special service forces, and they made for them and for us great present. I think it doesn't matter. They were able to reach oil refactory and oil terminal in Leningrad district, not far from St. Petersburg, and up to now that oil terminal is burning. So rising prices on world market of oil did not help them, and our special military forces were able to stop about 40% of their oil export. Well, in front of me is a harvesting combine. It was donated by Howard Buffett Foundation, our friend from United States. And you understand that nowadays US as state is, I cannot say that they are our enemies, but American President Trump tries to help Putin and Russia in whole, but I never equate all Americans. I know that most of Americans support Ukraine, but guys, sorry for my words, but we judge action of the country by action of their governments. And so nowadays, Trump makes disservice us. He supports Putin in one or other way. So, guys, please, we need your understanding that we are fighting against the biggest in the world country, nuclear monster, just absolutely crazy country, and they cannot explain what for this war for Russia. Russia is a huge country, and it has a territory 28 times bigger than Ukrainian territory. By the way, Ukraine is biggest country in Europe. It has 1,300 kilometers length, and it is 900 kilometers wide. Well, oh, let's get closer to these dogs. They are demining the miners. Oh, service dogs. Beautiful, and it's very clever. Are these American or Ukrainian dogs? Ukrainian dogs. The Ukraine.
You're a Labrador, yes, you are.
Which color? Labrador?
Brown. Chocolate, yes.
Where are you from? Oh, okay.
But we also use in Iceland for search and rescue. And Netherlands use dogs as well.
Super.
And we often have Labradors. Because they're good working.
We hope these Labradors will be really useful to our veterans.
Service dogs in Kyiv. It's very obedient and very amicable dogs.
Turn on, turn off the light in the room. To bring telephone, to bring water.
Yeah, these dogs they are not fighters, they help. Скажіть, будь ласка, це вони міни знаходять або що вони роблять?
Це сервіс-доги, вони ведуть самі військових як підтримка для військових з ПТСР або з пораненнями.
Ясно.
Тобто вони навчаються як супровід, як підтримка.
Угу. Ясно. Це вони дуже добрі, да? Ніколи не кусаються. Це можна дати трошечки.
Звісно.
Це, це моя гарна.
Це флеш.
Flash? Flash. Name of the dog is Flash.
Service dog is based
They are service dogs, so lady explained me that these dogs are helpers of our wounded soldiers.
Andrei Stavnik.
Okay,
So this is his dog.
his dogs.
Yes.
So because I have an honorary consul in Lviv.
Okay.
Sasha Lee's deck 7046. No, I am absolutely not agree with you. Maybe you are from Russia, and it doesn't matter. So Russia untied our hands, and we can do anything because of Russia invaded first. They are killers, they are occupiers, and any our action is defensive action. So Ukraine doesn't make any crimes. We are defending our country, and Russia is a country terrorist, and any action of Ukrainians and Ukrainian soldiers is lawful actions.
Sorry. To me, you don't need to apologize. I know it's part of your training that you want to just I'm used to this. When I say to my husband to say goodbye to when I say to my dog to say goodbye to my husband, he basically goes to him, jumps on him, and licks him because he doesn't have any hair, so he likes lick his head as well.
Russian language is not banned here. I'm a Russian-speaking person. I was Russian-speaking person because I'm from eastern part of Ukraine, from Donetsk, and I traveled all around Ukraine, and my only language was Russian. And it is Putin's and Russian propaganda that Ukrainian language is banned here. Because of walking along the streets, I meet a lot of people who speak Russian without any obstacles, and this is just Russian propaganda.
So next time when you will be here in Kyiv, come and visit us at Patron Center. Patron? That's
No. It was 100% pro-Russian President Yanukovych, and during times of Yanukovych, I don't know exactly, but about 50% of Ukrainian governments and members of Ukrainian cabinets had Russian passports, and Yanukovych killed 100, more than 100 people, just peaceful protesters against of his against of beating of Ukrainian students. It was a trigger of revolts in Kyiv. Well, guys, for those who is new on my channel, I'm in the Kyiv, central part of Kyiv, and here you can see service dogs. They help our wounded soldiers. За до побачення. Дякую. It is thank you in Ukrainian. So, guys, take it to Israel. Fear of the wolves. Where is he? Yanukovych is. Where is Yanukovych? Of course, he's in Russia, in a terrorist country. Maybe in Moscow, maybe in Sochi, in Rostov. It doesn't matter. He is a traitor of Ukraine. He just fled after mass killings in the central city of Kyiv. Timur Mindich, I don't know where he's. Timur Mindich. If you are from Russia, it is not your fucking business. Where is Mindich? So where is Putin? Where and what you are doing here? Go home, and maybe later, I will speak to you. But I'm not going to speak to criminals, occupiers, and terrorists. So please, if you are support Russia, you are nearly the same terrorist as the Russians are. I'm from eastern part of Ukraine, and 12 years ago they destroyed my own home, and they took my job from me, and they killed my friends, my relatives, and Russia destroyed eastern part of Ukraine, and now they occupied about 20% of the whole Ukraine. And go home, and maybe from your home we will continue to some conversation and some discussion. If you are in the United States, I don't know why, maybe you gullible to Russian propaganda and stop watching Russian TV. I'm fly on the wall, and everything happened before my eyes, and they destroyed, they tried to kill all the Ukrainians. Glory of Ukraine, Героям слава. Well, guys, as I told you before, I'm a refugee from eastern part of Ukraine, and I need your support. Please support my channel, and if you have opportunity to support family of refugees, so please treat me with coffee. It is essential for me because of my main article of my expenses is it is not medicine. I need some medicines. I'm not so young person. I need medicines. I need food. I need everything. But first of all, I need to pay rent for apartments because of Putin took my garden, my house, my friends, graves of my parents and grandparents. He took everything, everything. So I'm in a queer way. Guys, for those who's new on my channel, we are in Kyiv, capital of Ukraine. It is Mikhailivska Square in front of Mikhailivsky Monastery, and here is Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Ukraine. A lot of Ukrainians left their homes, including me and my family, and they moved to around the world to western parts of Ukraine, further from front line. And we need your understanding. Well, guys, now we are in front of monuments commemorating victims of Holodomor. It was artificial hunger that a communist committed in 1932, 1933, and at that time up to 9 million of Ukrainians were died. You can see explanation, and here is a memorial wall to civilian activists killed by governments of Yanukovych during rebellion in 2014. Королевская флот. Civilian taken us home. Guys, now I'm showing you life in Kyiv, the capital of fighting country, and they try to destroy us, and they use all kinds of weapons, including information weapons. So when Russians or pro-Russian people try to ask me about situation in Ukraine, financial situation, and about corruption, I can tell you, guys, it is none of your business. Go out, go home, and it is our business. And Euro Maidan revolution of 2014, it was anti-corruption revolution, anti-corruption, and Putin did not like it. He afraid that Russian people will do the same. That's why he unleashed this bloody war against of Ukrainians, against of Russian-speaking Ukrainians, and against of Ukrainians speaking Ukrainians. So for Russia it doesn't matter. It is fake. Obviously, you know that they use all kinds of propaganda to stigmatize Ukrainians, and it is not empty words. Now we are in front of a memorial wall commemorating our soldiers, and you can see that first victims of this war from 2014. They are our guys, our defenders. Some of them were very young, and while others were in respectable age and middle age. It doesn't matter. It is not a topic to discuss for Russians. Our corruption, because of Russia is the most corrupted country in the world, and go home, Russians, or in other way you will stay here in Ukrainian land forever. United States, in my childhood, when I was student, was a role model for me and for millions, for billions people around the world. But when Trump swept to power with his entourage, America does disgusting things. Disgusting. Americans. I can't say that all Americans support their president. Maybe just quite the other way around. Most of Americans don't support. They don't like their president. But we judge actions of the state by actions of its government. So do something with your president, because of he's helping Russia to kill us. This crazy shit that people are losing and hoping to win against nuclear Russia. Absolutely agree with you. They are not losing. Ukraine is winning. Surrender, sorry. My English is not perfect. I try to improve my English, but sometimes I slip my tongue. Winning what? We need just to clear our land, our motherland from occupiers. It is the main goal of our war. Our resistance against of a huge country, crazy country, and Russia is medieval country. It is the richest country in the world with practically unlimited number of natural resources and forests and everything. But instead of improving their life, instead of building a fair country with worth salaries and so on. So they decided to destroy Ukraine. Why was America ever a role model? America always been imperialistic, but I mean Soviet times. I was born and bred in Soviet Union, and Soviet Union was communist country that kills dozens of millions of their own citizens, residents, and I was one of them. And America was like icon for me and for many residents of Soviet Union. And I remember when something American was very expensive and was very prestigious. And in Soviet times, average salary was about 120 rubles, and vinyl plate, music plate, had the same price from United States. And United States was role model of freedom and democracy, but now I cannot say. Soviet Union was socialist, not communist. Socialist and communist, it doesn't matter. They told us that we are aspire to communism, and they was a deceptive country. They lied every not every word, not every word. So I can confess that life in Soviet Union was like life of animals at good, very good farm. We all were animals. We had not freedom of speech. We could not travel abroad and see how people behind the Iron Curtain live. And nowadays Russia is going to the North Korea. They want to live like in North Korea. Maybe not all Russians want, but Russian propaganda, it is like nuclear. Oops! Oh my gosh! It is some doggy, aggressive doggy. Maybe not aggressive, but it is just playful dog. You can see it. Naughty dog. Sergei, there are Russians who support and fight for Ukraine. That, yes, I don't know how many people formed Russian resistance movement here in Ukraine, but many, yes, many, maybe thousands. How many thousands people fight against of Putin regime? I don't know exactly. Maybe it is secret. But I never equate all Russians and Jewish or American people, and I know that many people all around the world support Ukraine because they understand that Russia is not only a threat for Ukraine. Russia is a danger for the whole free world. And 10 millions of Ukrainians moved to Russia. Yeah, I can hear one pro-Russian comment, and a lot of Ukrainians moved to Russia because of they were forced to move to Russia, and Russia forced Ukrainians to take Russian citizenship, and many people in Ukraine live. They dwell on the past because of before Ukrainian and Russia. By the way, in Russia gained independence in 1991. They were they had pro-Russia, pro-Soviet mindsets, especially older ones. So, guys, I'm not able to give reply to every comment or remark, questions. So, if possible, please give reply instead of me to Russian or pro-Russian viewers. Is average Ukraine more pro-Israel or pro-Palestinian? Most of Ukrainians are pro-Ukrainians. That's all. We have the main priority. It is Russia, country that decided to destroy Ukraine together with us, with the residents of Ukraine. So our main priority is not Palestine and Israel. And of course, I have my own opinion about Israel and Palestine, but it is very long story, and it is impossible to cut this long story short. I'm against of terrorist organizations and Hamas and other pro-Iranian groups. And behind them, in many cases, is Russia. And for those who is new on my channel, we are on Mikhailivska Square in Kyiv, and now we're heading to drone Iranian or maybe Russian drone, and this drone is behind this bus, and this bus was donated from New Zealand for evacuation civilians from Kherson district, and as you can see, it was destroyed by, I suppose, some drone. And short information, if you're interested in more detailed information about this bus and Road of Life project. You can see Kyiv Care. So this bus is from New Zealand. And in front of me is an infamous drone. They began to attack us with drones like this in August of 2022. First drones were made in Iran, and this drone, I think, was made in Russia. Maybe this drone was also made in Iran, but you can see Russian name Geran too, and Iranian name of drones like this is Shahid 136 and other modifications. Thank you for your comment, Z9E, but today I want to show you how we fight against of our enemies. And Russia is not only Ukrainian enemy, it is a threat, an enemy of the whole democratic and free residents of our planet. Well, look at this drone. So just 2 nights ago, they launched nearly 1,000 drones on the rear of Ukraine. They want to kill all of us, to destroy our whole economy. And partly they succeeded. Partly, but we are not going to surrender. We are not going to fight till the last Ukrainian. We are going to fight to the last Russians here on our land. So what they do here, they cannot explain, because they don't understand. They are under influence of Putin's propaganda, and Putin's propaganda is very similar to Russian propaganda. And people just mesmerized by Putin and his entourage words, and they don't know what they are doing here. And no one Russian or pro-Russian viewer on my stream cannot explain what for Russia unleashed this war and what they are doing here. Well, let's continue about these drones. So they started from dozens of drones every day 4 years ago, not nearly 4 years ago, and so now they launch hundreds of drones like this. You can see its engine. It is very simple engine, 4-cylinder engine but despite of its simplicity, it's able to drive these drones on distance more than 1,000 kilometers. And here you can see warhead. It contains 50 kilos of TNT or TNT-like explosives, and the most of targets of these drones are in the rear of Ukraine. Sometimes they launch dummy drones on Ukraine in order to exhaust our air defense systems. And in Middle East, Americans and Israelis, they use very expensive anti-aircraft missiles, and each missile has price several $millions. But we have not opportunity to use such expensive equipment for downing drones, and we use anti-drone drones and some guns, and sometimes maybe some other equipment. But believe me, it is terrible thing when every night hundreds of drones like this attack us. And many times, hundreds of times, I heard sounds of drone over my head, and every night we play Russian made us to play Russian roulette. We don't know who will be the next victim. Hey, what's happened? I don't know. Is it a question to me? What's happened? War happened. Russian invasion to Ukraine happened, if you mean this. Well, guys, and next to the drone, maybe it is Iranian drone, maybe it is a Russian drone. Sometimes they camouflage, they hide the origination of a drone. Maybe this drone was produced in Iran, but it was just name. It's Geran. You can see Geran. It is in Russian. The next exhibit of this exhibition is ballistic missile, Soviet ballistic missile .U. Now you can see just half of this missile. Its original length is 6 and something meters, and here in front of us is just engine of this missile. It is tactical ballistic missile, and it has a range of 120 kilometers. And if you follow Ukrainian events, you may remember missile attack on Kramatorsk railway station. Kramatorsk is the city not far from Donetsk, and I remember that day. That day I have been already in Kyiv district, not in Kyiv, but in some village 40 kilometers from Kyiv, because I'm refugee from eastern part of Ukraine. And I remember when it made my blood cold when I learned that Russians killed 61 person at the railway station, and up to 200 people were wounded. And by missile like this, a tactical ballistic missile .U. In NATO classification, it is Scarab. You can easily find some details about this missile if you want, and it's able to carry 500 kilos of TNT, and missiles of this type are able to carry a nuclear warhead. Its range is 120 kilometers, and nowadays Russians replaced these quite outdated missiles with Iskander They have approximately the same size, but they have prolonged range more than 600 kilometers. And here you can see civilian cars. These two cars belonged to one extended family from Bucha, and these guys from these two cars tried to escape Russian invasion in February of 2022, and as you can see, their escape was not successful. But thankfully, all passengers of these two cars survived, but they were heavily wounded and they were sent to Germany for treatment. Iskander, yes, it is name of the missile that replaced .U missiles, Iskander. This is just name of a more sophisticated Russian flying death. Well, guys, this is Russian. It is Russian personnel carrier MLTB, and by the way, vehicles like this also produced in Ukraine, in Kharkiv, and Ukraine and Russia were parts of the same country, Soviet Union, that collapsed in 1991. Here you can see that this vehicle was destroyed by explosion inside. It is not for front line because of vehicles like this. Excuse me, just listen to bells of Mikhailivsky Monastery. It is 5 p.m. and Ukraine has unified time zone, so 5 is everywhere on the whole territory of Ukraine. And I promised you to show thickness of armor, so you can see my finger and you can compare thickness of this armor, and it is about 4, maybe 6, maybe no, it's rather 6 millimeters thickness, and it is not able to withstand even Kalashnikov bullets. And by the way, this vehicle this consumes more than 100 diesel per each 100 kilometers. It is a very faithful engine, and I think Ukraine doesn't use vehicles like this during this attack of medieval terrorist country on Ukraine. I don't like when people say Ukrainian Russian war, or just the other way around, Ukrainian Russian war, because of it is not Ukrainian Russian war. It is attack. It is invasion of a huge country of Russia on independent country of Ukraine. Anton, maybe you kidding me? What is shahids? But I'm very patient, and I'm into a business for 10 years already, and I can explain you one more if you really not kidding me, it's just interested. So Shahid is Iran designed and made unmanned airborne vehicle that's able to cover more than 1,000 kilometers, and Russia set up production of drones like this on Russian territory. Here it is Gerani, but Shahid, it is the same or very similar drone that was designed and made in Iran. So what is the Shahid? So in front of you is Shahid. Shahid and the Russian name of drone like this is Giran. Well, guys, just short observe of this open air exhibition. These vehicles were brought here from a different country, different parts of Ukraine, and this exhibition was inaugurated in May of 2022. And this in front of me is a combat and staff vehicle, Kushetka, and this is howitzer 122 millimeters caliber. And the next one, it is also howitzer, but it is heavy howitzer, and it has caliber 152 millimeters. Its weight 45 tons, and this is outdated Soviet Union made infantry fighting vehicles BMP-2. And this is tank. This is a Russian tank T-90A. Oh, welcome more trolls with Russian flags. Odessa is Russian, and other rubbish, other nonsense. So may I ask you, Oleg, and other person 276. Do you know that St. Petersburg is Sweden? It is Sweden. It was a Sweden city in 18th century. So why not to give it to Sweden? Why? So I know that you are trolls, and my questions and nothing, because you have not sense in your questions and your comments, because of you know that Russia is country terrorist and occupies, and what for? You read so that Odessa is Russian. I have no idea. So maybe you will tell that Alaska is Russian also. Russia is the best country. So go to Russia and build rich and nice life in Russia. So what are you doing here in Ukraine? You cannot tell me exact reply. The point that Ukrainians help Saudi and US and Iran. So guys, we help ourselves. Our priority is a fight against the Russian occupiers. What I can tell you, if we exchange our drones instead of anti-missile missiles in Arabia Saudi, so I support this. And St. Petersburg was originally Mongol, and Crimea originally was Greek territory and Turkish territory, and France and Greece were parts of Rome Empire, and so on. And by the way, Karelia, parts of Russia, is a Finnish territory, and so on. It is just crazy medieval people can set some pretensions to other countries about historical ancestral territories. So our planet is big, and it is a quite spacious place for all people, for their nice and thriving life. But Russia, instead of improving life in their spacious country, they decided to destroy Ukraine because of they cannot do they can do nothing with their country. They at present they destroy not only Ukraine, they are destroying their own country. Crimea is Ukraine. Obviously, Crimea is Ukraine, and it is now Crimea is under temporary Russian occupation, and I'm sure, I don't know when, but we will return Crimea under Ukrainian flag. Well, guys, thank you for watching my stream. Thank you for your likes. Thank you, and if you have opportunity, will you support me with a cup of coffee? You understand that I need not coffee itself. I have opportunity to buy coffee, but the main and the most important my expense is a flat apartment rental. I am from eastern part of Ukraine, from Donetsk, and Russia took everything was there to my house, and now I have to rent apartment here in Kyiv, and I'm afraid I will never return to Donetsk even after its the occupation. Well, guys, for those who is new on my channel, my name is Sergey Uzlov. I am a Kyiv guide, and also I'm refugee from Donetsk. I was born in Donetsk and bred in Donetsk. I graduated from Technical University in Donetsk, and my first education and my first job was coal mine, and the deepest place I worked at was 1.5 kilometers underground. I'm 100% peaceful person, and I considered I was full when I considered Russia as our staunchest friend, and Russia showed that Russia is a friend. So friendship with Russia is very dear for us. They have already killed hundreds of thousands of Ukrainians, and they took everything that was there to my house. They took my house, my garden, my flat, graves of my father and mother and my grandparents, everything, and they dare to blame me in something and comment my stream with comments like Crimea is Russia and Odessa is Russia. It is nonsense. It is just stupid propaganda. Thank you, guys. Thank you for your support. Thank you for fighting on my page, on my stream with Russian or pro-Russian viewers. It is much better to fight here on distance than fights on the Ukrainian land, in some other countries. Thank you for your likes. Thank you, and thank you for your subscriptions also, guys. Now we are living Mikhailivska Square with a monument to great Princess Olga, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Mikhailivsky Monastery, and this part of the city. And on distance, by the way, I forgot to tell you that you can see behind the trees it's the bell tower of Saint Sophia. It is a museum now. And now we are heading to the main square of Kyiv, and obviously Ukraine, Maidan. Maidan Незалежності. It will be short walk, maybe 10 minutes, or give or take 10 minutes, and please stay with me, stay tuned, and you will see the main street of Kyiv, Хрещатик Street, and also Maidan Незалежності or Independence Square. Weather is nice, maybe 15, around 15 above zero. Just about zero, because just 1 month ago temperature was below zero. All temperature was below zero, and on some days temperature was as low as 22 below zero. And Russia uses it weaponizes everything, language, history, even weather. And during that last winter they attacked our energy system and our thermal equipment, and partly they were succeeded, and hundreds of living apartments built in Kyiv and all over the Ukraine turned to be without heating. Can you imagine? Outside is minus 22 and lower, and you have not heating. So Russians want to kill all Ukrainians and suffered, and the most vulnerable people, children and elder people, were victims, first victims of Russian insidious, cruel attacks. Let's cross Mikhailivska Street. Thank you, Mr. Driver. And in Ukraine, drivers respect pedestrians, and they always stop to give them way. It is some cafe, some eatery. It is empty. Maybe it is not time yet. Today is Thursday, working day, so maybe that's why. And it is just quarter past 5. Maybe that's why cafe was absolutely empty. And guys, excuse me, I'm not neither beggar nor money tapper. I'm just trying to survive. And your coffee, if you treat me with the coffee, is very essential for me. First of all, I need money. I need money to pay rental for my flat, for my apartment. If you are from US, so I know differences. For the most part, it is the same, but I try to learn my English deeply, and I know that flat is in British language, and apartment is in American language. Well, you can see a reference to buy me coffee, and even small money will help me to survive this tough time. Because of Putin took not only my real property in Donetsk. He took my job here in Kyiv, and I'm not so young man, and to find job for people of my age is not easy, I think, everywhere in the world. But I built my job. I built it myself. I'm self-made man, and before Russian invasion I conducted tours to Chernobyl. Chernobyl, a solution zone area contaminated with radiation, and Putin took that job from me also, because of nowadays Chernobyl exclusion zone is off-limits area, and it is closed for ordinary tourists due to proximity to Belarus. And you know that 4 years ago, in February of 2022, Russia invaded Ukraine. The more precise, invaded Kyiv district through Chernobyl exclusion zone. And nowadays Chernobyl exclusion zone is closed for tourism, for ordinary tourism, for safety reasons. And here you can see generator, yellow one. We still suffer blackouts in Kyiv, and sometimes when during cut of electricity you can hear sounds of generators everywhere on streets of Kyiv, in central part of Kyiv, in suburbs of Kyiv, and all over the Ukraine. And thank you very much. Thank you very much those who support Ukrainians, understand that we resist a huge country that decided to kill all of us, kill with frost. They want to immerse us in darkness. Why you on battlefield fighting? Why you not battlefield fighting? It's my questions to you. Why you are not fighting against terrorists, Russian terrorists? Why you afraid of Putin? Is my question. I see indecent thing to give reply to Russian trolls. And can you imagine German Nazi that ask the same questions to people, to victims? Why you are not fighting? I'm not fighting because I'm not fighting. It is none of your business. Why I'm not fighting? You are German. It doesn't mean that if you are German, it doesn't mean that you are sane person. This delivery man with the yellow bag, and on distance you can see McDonald's. It's a common place, McDonald's, but here in Ukraine during air attack McDonald's closed for visitors, and all customers are outside. People recommended to go to shelters, and the most reliable shelter is underground metro stations. And under us, under my feet, is a huge underground trade mall, Globus. And during air attack, administration of this trade mall asked people to go to metro station, which is 200 meters from the place where I am. And by the way, and now I want to show you ancient gates to old Kyiv. It was built early 11th century, so it is more than 1,000 years old. But obviously it is replica. It is new one, but it is exactly on the same place where was one of 3 entrances to ancient Kyiv 1,000 years ago. Now, yes, guys, I live in Kyiv. I live in Kyiv now. Kyiv divided by river of Dnipro on 2 parts. Now I am on right bank of Dnipro river, and I live on the left bank of river of Dnipro. Apartments there are much cheaper than here. Right bank it is business part and governmental part of Kyiv. By the way, behind the tall building, which is Ukraine Hotel, is a governmental quarter, and it is closed for ordinary people on safety reasons. First days after the Russian invasion, I saw long queues to recruitment offices, and you are right at present there are not queues to recruitment offices, and men younger than 25 years old, they I forgot this word, so they not obliged to go to army. And I don't know about Russians. Russia has its own rules, and I think they just deceive their residents, and even young people serve in the army. In the social army, they are just bandits. They are just occupiers and terrorists. And they here in Ukraine, after brainwashing of Russian propaganda, and what for they are here, they cannot explain. They don't want to fight, and Ukrainians also don't want to fight. But we protect our homes. But what Russians do here, they cannot explain. This installation represents the distance between Kyiv and other countries. So in front of me is Ukhrpochta. It is a post office, main post office. Jerusalem is 2,110 kilometers, and area at 3,000 and a bit. Maybe you can recognize your city. For me, as the TV, war for me began 12 years ago. 12 years ago, Russia tried to hide, to camouflage their invasion as some kind of separatist movement, but it is just propaganda. It was a Russian invasion, and at that time, 12 years back, I lived in Donetsk, which is in eastern part of Ukraine, and in February and March of 2014, I saw a lot of strangers. They spoke Russian, but their Russian language was not local Russian language. It means that they were from neighboring parts of Russia, and they originated some movement, and they chanted Russia, 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 and Ukraine is it is Nazi and other nonsense. So everything was provocated from Russia. Well, guys, in front of me is central streets of Kyiv, Chrestiatic Street, and across the road is Maidan, and on right you can see People's Flag Memorial commemorating our fallen soldiers. If you want, let's hear this beautiful musician, street musician. I know his name is Mr. Oleg. No, Maidan was not Russian propaganda. It was anti-corruption revolution. I know a lot of people who took part in these rebellions. So they started after pro-Russian President Yanukovych beaten peaceful students gathering. They protested against corruption and against pro-Russian government. It triggered massive protests and brought 1 million people on this area, Maidan and neighboring streets. Yanukovych now he's in Russia, so Russia is nest that give place to terrorists and bad people from all around the world. Russia is capital of terrorism. Well, guys, now we are going to cross the main street of Kyiv, Chrestiatic, and sometimes I lose my internet connection, so stay tuned, please, just several seconds. Thank you. We made it. I hope that the internet connection is nice or acceptable in any way. Well, guys, we are nearing to People's Memorial to our fallen defenders, and it is obvious that most of these guys are Ukrainians, but you can see flags from other countries. So I bow my head before everyone who fought for independence of Ukraine and who understood that Russia is a threat for the whole free world. Yanukovych just ran away. He stayed president, and after he fled to Russia, our parliament dethroned him. It is easy to find this information, and if you want to learn more about that events of that days, you can easily find information from various sources. And you can see European Union flag and a lot of Polish flags here. And these guys, I don't know, maybe he's from Azerbaijan. There are a lot of Turkish flags here. Look at these faces of these guys. They should live, not to die, but Russians killed them. Yes, I agree. I'm absolutely BS. But Russians, who are Russians then? Russians are killers, they are occupiers, they are medieval goons, they are, just help me, who Russians are. Yes, absolutely, yes, Jen Vlad, yes. Nazi faction that started attacking Donbass. Donbass was attacked by Russians. Absolutely agree with you. I'm from Donbass, from Donetsk, and everything happens before my eyes. And Russians started attack Donbass and attack Crimea in 2014. It is spring. It is time to see the harvest, future harvest, and instead of making it, Russians decided to kill Ukrainians and die here on Ukrainian land. Look at this, guys. They, in the first turn, in the first place, they protected their homes, their families. But what Russians do here, I cannot understand, and Russians cannot understand and explain what they are doing here. So the main aim of our resistance is clear our home from Russian occupiers. For those who's new on my channel, I'm in the very heart of Kyiv. This Maidan, Незалежності, or Independence Square, and here is a people's memorial to fallen our defenders from Ukraine and from other countries of the world. They gave their lives for their families, for their homes, but Russians, I bet that there is not similar memorial in Russia, because Russians know that they are occupiers, they are terrorists, and they every possible way try to hide traces of their fallen soldiers. And up to date, they lost 1.5 million of their terrorist troops. Well, guys, please, I need your subscriptions if you wanna know more about life in Ukraine, life in Kyiv during this insidious attack, nuclear monster, terrorist country, Russia on Ukraine. And you can see here faces of our guys. They were killed by Russian occupiers. Thousands and thousands of our best people were killed by Russians. Well, guys, for those who is new on my channel, my name is Sergey Uzlov. I'm Kyiv guide, and I'm a refugee from eastern parts of Ukraine. So please support my channel. I think even a small amount of money is very important for me, for a refugee from Donetsk, which is in eastern parts of Ukraine, and I'm a victim of this war also, as well as many other people. So you can see people around me, and everyone lost something or someone during these 12 years of this senseless war. Senseless from Russian view and from Ukrainian view, and Russians cannot explain what for they are waging this war. We are defending our homes, and what Russians do here they cannot explain. They only can troll us, kill us. I'm not against the trolling. Let's troll each other from on distance, and Russians have to clear our lands. Ukraine is a free country, and we are not slaves as Russians are. We have fair elections here, but in Russia is a sole ruler, Putin, and they obey only Putin. They don't believe their eyes. They believe only Putin and his propaganda. No election in Ukraine, no ne-fascist Azov, and other bullshit. I suppose it is undignified thing to try to comment some replicas and some other messages of terrorist occupiers of my country. So if you want, please write whatever you want, but go home. You have nothing to do here in Ukraine. You can find only death here, nothing more. It is some ambulance. You can see a lot of candle bottles here. They are from 24th of February, because on 24th of February of this year we marked 8th anniversary of Russian full-scale invasion on Ukraine. We are on Maidan, Independence Square. Zelensky makes peace, and peace will come when the last occupiers will leave our lands, Ukraine. It will be peace, and Zelensky is doing everything to clear our home from medieval barbarians like you are. This stela, this monument represents freedom of Ukraine. It was erected in 2001 after reconstruction of this square, and before 2001 on the place of this stela was a monument to Lenin, Vladimir Lenin, the cruel founder of Soviet Union, and Lenin and his allies, his friends, killed dozens of thousands of Soviet people. And modern Russia doesn't want to mention it, and Stalin, the second cruel ruler of Soviet Union, and Lenin are on they retake place of order in Russia now, in modern Russia. It is Maidan. It is Maidan Незалежності or Independence Square. I think word Maidan is a famous Ukrainian word. It means square or plaza. So it is Maidan Незалежності. It means Independence Square. And in front of me is a monument to legendary founders of Kyiv, three brothers, Kyiv, Sheikh Harif, and their sister Libid. Kyiv is a very old city, and it was founded 1,500 years ago. And this is one of several monuments to the founders of Kyiv. And by the way, residents of Kyiv, they founded Moscow in it was 13th century, and Kyiv is much older. And according you follow delirious Russian narrative, we should pretend on Moscow and Russian territory, but we are not crazy people. We are not crazy. We are people of 21st century, and we want peace. We want to improve our lives, and we want to travel around the world, and we want to learn languages and everything, but not fights. But Russia is a medieval country, and they don't want to build to make their country happy and thriving country. They decided to destroy neighboring country. Old Russian city. If you want, you can name this place as you want. But when Kyiv existed already. Moscow was the place where were only forests and swamps. And did you know that St. Petersburg is Sweden? Did you know about it? And did you know that France and Greece were part of Rome Empire? Did you know that Karelia is Finland? And I can tell you, I can name hundreds and maybe thousands of places on our planet. They belonged to other countries many years ago. So it is a stupid thing to invade, to break other countries' borders, and it is immanent only to medieval barbarians. USV, hello, hello. I think you are from United States, and I never equate all people around the world. And in Russia, there are a lot of sane people, and there are a lot of sane people in United States, those who support democracy and free country of Ukraine. So thank you everyone who supports Ukraine and who supports me. Guys, I need your assistance. Please, I want a cup of coffee from you. It will help to me to survive, because it is matter of my survival. I am a refugee from Donetsk, and Russia took everything that was there to my heart, and my house, my apartment, my friends, and graves of my parents and grandparents, and everything. So I try to survive, and it is impossible to do without your assistance. Thank you very much for your subscriptions and for coffee from you. Even small amounts of money will help me. Thank you. You can easily find reference to Buy Me Coffee platform. So if possible, send me coffee from you with some comments, because of there are a lot of comments here and replicas, and I'm not able to give reply to every comments or message. So if you really wanna know what is going on here in Ukraine and how we survived last very cold winter, please send me a private message, and I willingly give you my reply. And those who's new here on my stream, were on the site of People's Memorial to our defenders, those who gave their lives for their families, their homes, and in general for Ukraine. Yanukovych was a pro-Russian president, and he took his office due to manipulations from Russia, and quite often, I don't know, maybe once a month, he went to Moscow for instructions. And many members of our government, Yanukovych government, had Russian passports, and even Minister of Defense of Ukraine had two passports, one Ukrainian and second one Russian passports. but temperature is still acceptable. It is maybe 12 or about 0 or so. Some pro-Russian troll sent me some replica about Azov, Ukrainian military units. So here on the building of a music academy you can see Azov. 11 years they are in many of members of Azov units are still in Russian captivity, and Azov was formed from residents of Mariupol. Mariupol is under Russian occupation, and Russians killed more than just listen attentively, 100,000 of residents of Mariupol, and Russians the every possible way try to hide traces of their atrocities in Mariupol, and they try to well, defame, or another very nice word for this case, stigmatize. Yeah, they try to stigmatize our soldiers, our defenders, and I take my hat off before Azov members. Vlad, I told you that I'm not going to prove something to Russians, to occupiers. Can you explain me what Russians are doing here? First of all, you have to go home, and after that we will discuss any issue. But you must understand that you are occupiers, you are killer, you are medieval person, and I have not reason to talk to you. Everything is obvious for me. I am from Donetsk, and everything since the very beginning happened before my eyes. And in 2014, Russia invaded Ukraine, and Russia wages not only a hot war against of Ukraine with massive atrocities, massive destructions. They also wage electronic war, and internet is full of Russian trolls. So I am not going to talk to you about obvious things. Russia took everything from me personally, my house, my work, and Russia is trying to kill me for 12 years already. And every night Russia sends ballistic missiles, guided missiles, and hundreds of drones on me, on my house, on my flat. So I see no reason to talk and try to explain something to troll. So I am victim of Russia, so I see indecent thing to try to explain something. I know just one fact, that Russia is our enemy. Russia is occupier of Ukraine. That's all. Go home, and we will continue our conversation. All Russians who are here with the weapon will stay here in the Ukrainian land, and you will be eaten by wild pigs and dogs. Well, guys, for those who is new on my channel, now we are in Kyiv city center. Kyiv is the capital city of a fighting country, fighting against medieval barbarians. And in front of me is a monument to founders of Kyiv, three brothers, Kyiv, Chernobyl, and their sister Libet. Kyiv is a very old, ancient city, and Kyiv is 1,500 years old. And by the way, Moscow was founded by residents of this area when Ukraine was not Ukraine and Russia was not Russia. People just leave it that's all. They had not states. And by the way, Russia has less than 1,000 years history, but Kyiv is 1,500 years old. You are Serbian, but you support Russia, and Russia is a killer of my friends, killer of my relatives. So you support Russia. So I see not much difference between you and Russian. For me, it doesn't matter. So if you text me from Serbia, yeah, I'm not against of it. I'm not against of it, but never come here with a weapon. Never come here, because of your destiny. You know what is your destiny. You will. It is one-way trip. The truth is that Russia is an occupier and terrorist country. That's all. That's the truth. The rest is secondary for me and for millions of Ukrainians. So after the Russian full-scale invasion, up to 9, I don't know exactly, maybe 8 or even 9 million people were displaced, and they left everything that was there to their hearts, and many of them lost their apartments and houses forever, and hundreds of thousands of Ukrainians, including civilians, were killed by Russians. It is truth. It is truth. The rest is just hot air. Well, guys, thank you for your likes. Thank you for your subscriptions, and I'm not able to see if someone treated me with a cup of coffee. Thank you those who have opportunity to send me 5-10 euros or maybe less or more to support displaced family. Thank you very much. Glory to the armed forces, to Ukraine. Thank you. Героям слава. Thank you, Vlad, for your comments. Thank you very much. People understand me. English speaking people understand me, but I suppose you don't speak English well. That's why you have a lot to do in your country and your place. And please never visit Ukraine. It is not. This country is not for you. And my friends understand my English, and I understand them. So If you don't want to listen to me, please, there are thousands and even millions of other channels and other streams, so please follow them. Okay guys, I'm wrapping up my stream. Thank you for watching, thank you for your likes, for your subscriptions, thank you for your coffee. I don't know, I cannot see whether there are some donations, but it doesn't matter. It matters to me, but the most important that you followed my stream, and I want to spread my stream around the world because of I want attract attention people all over the world to our war, which is in full swing because of in the Middle East. So war in Ukraine, it's full swing, and we need comprehensive support, financial support, or just understanding what is going on here and how important this war is. So thank you. See you next time. I plan to start my stream tomorrow at 4 Ukrainian time. So please join me. Thank you. See you guys. Best wishes from Kyiv, from Maidan. Bye bye. See you tomorrow.